Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is going to be a sit down talking kind of video because I feel like I should talk. I feel like I should talk instead of like just making a producer video, because this I believe is an important topic and something that maybe people who are starting to get into music, like, they're gonna face it. You're gonna face criticism, that big scary word. And for me personally, I've never been the best person at receiving criticism, because for me, I feel like it needs to be packaged in a very particular and strategic and tactful way, because I get offended easily. And so that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be me criticizing criticism in a way and offering my advice in order to give more constructive, less destructive and wasteful criticism. Because when something is overly negative, it's either somebody's going to be really hurt by it and just feel badly, or they're just going to discard it because they're not going to take your criticism seriously. So this is to help people who like to give criticism. So I wrote down some things on my phone, so if I'm looking down on my phone just to make sure that I say everything that I plan to say. Okay, so the first thing that I have on my list is context. Anytime you're criticizing something, it should be based on context when you know the individual. So this is not for like music critics whose job it is to just criticize whatever they hear, because if you're a music critic for like a blog, you don't know the backstory of anybody that's sending you anything. So that's a completely different story. You could do whatever you want if you're like a music blog critic. But if you know the person, I guess it's for people who you don't have to be their best friend, but you're within their circle. Think about the context of that individual and do not compare. That is something that I want to stress. Do not compare an individual to those big artists that we have right now, those popular artists, because it's not contextual. It's not a smart criticism in my way, because it's relative. You can't compare. Let's take me. You can't compare me with my budget equipment, my one pair of ears, my one human experience, and my one way of writing things. You can't compare that to these big artists who have 10 co-writers, 10 producers, work in the best studio with the best equipment, or even if they're doing it at home, so it appears like it's like me, the equipment is still much more expensive, and they have more trained and learned ears, because some of them might even have music degrees. You never know. So that's one thing. The context would lead you to not compare. You can't compare somebody in the beginning to somebody who's well into the middle / peak of their career, who know music theory a lot better and who hear a lot differently from somebody who would be at my level. So don't compare. That's a big mistake, and that's a way for me to not even take you seriously. The next point I have is think. Okay, you may want to present criticism in the harshest way possible, but that borders, to me, it jumps over the border and it dances in disrespectful land when you want to present criticism in the harshest way possible. Because what is the use of presenting something in the harshest way possible when you could just present it nicer? What does that do for you? Does it feel better to say something in the most blunt, crass, brash, I'm using synonyms on you, way possible? Does that make you feel better about yourself? Is that how you like to receive criticism? But even with that, that's not the right way to go about it. Everybody does not want to receive criticism the same way that you do. And I can assure you, most people do not want to receive it in the most borderline, not even borderline, disrespectful way possible. But okay, you criticized them and you didn't know that it would hurt them. But if somebody says that the way that you presented the criticism hurt them, I believe it is in your best interest now to watch your behavior, to tailor your behavior and actually analyze to see if this is the best possible way to present information to somebody. It is not, in my opinion, the responsibility of the person being criticized to have thick skin and to get used to it. It is your responsibility to be kind, honestly, because we're being contextual. We're talking about people who are rising, okay, and people that you kind of sort of halfway know. So therefore, tact is very important in my opinion. I believe that in time the person themselves will grow stronger, because they will be receiving that harsh criticism from people who don't know them very well, from people who don't know their story and don't know where they came from. So yes, without your intervention, they will become stronger nevertheless. But as somebody within their life circle, I believe that it's your responsibility to build them up far more than it is to tear them down. Now, there are people who argue that, criticism is a form of building you up, because it in a way is telling you what can be fixed in order to build you up better. So that's an argument made for criticism, and that criticism is positive negativity. That's what I was thinking about. But I'm like, I need more positivity within criticism. Where's the sun? But the thing is, I personally want more positivity when it comes to my criticisms. If you're criticizing me, approach it from a positive aspect, which comes to my next point: put some sugar in my coffee. I don't believe in presenting criticism without stating something positive. As like, on Amazon, when you have like an add-on item, I don't believe in presenting criticism without something add-on that you enjoyed about the song, the project, the body of work, whatever it is. I don't believe in it. We just call criticism positive negativity, and I just stated that I like when it has a little bit more positivity attached to it. So if you're presenting criticism to me, put that add-on item, okay, in the cart. I'd say something positive. It could be something like, I like the cover art that you made for it. I liked the font that you used. I liked the lighting that you had for that video. Something, if you're going to be critical, because I think it just shows a balance in your opinion, and it shows that you paid attention to like the entire piece, and people are more likely to respect somebody that they think comes from a balanced point of view, who's not only able to point out the things that they didn't like, but also showcase the things that they did like. And it could be less superficial than lighting and fonts. It could be, I appreciate the hard work that I see you consistently, showcasing. I appreciate the consistency, the reliability of your content. The fact that I listened to it like 10 years ago, and I could definitely tell that difference. So I believe in that, just putting some sugar with it, okay? Because it helps the person not feel the blow of criticism as much, because I believe that criticism and insults are very similar. Insults are meant to tear you down and make you feel badly. So think of insults as smashing the house. Think of criticism as also smashing the house. But it's smashing the house to fix the kitchen, to fix the bathroom. But if you don't present the criticism in a particular way, criticism is very particular, people are very particular, I am very particular, then you're just smashing the house. Lastly, the last point that I'd like to make in this kind of long-winded video, it's kind of rantish in a way, is that listen to the people's stuff or watch the people's things more than once, more than one day. Because I'm sorry, you're human, you're imperfect, you can't pick up on everything in one day. You can't pick up on the symbolism, the metaphor, the wordplay all in one sitting. It's not possible. So therefore, you can't pick up on every single element that the person intended to be in whatever art that they created. So criticizing something after one listen or one viewing, it's not good. Movie critics watch things multiple times in order to create a balanced and holistic view, so they can see patterns, so they can see the foreshadowing, all the narrative devices, etc. So do not listen to somebody's work once and think that your opinion on that one time is complete or valid enough to even be presented to them. You have to listen to something more than once, and preferably over time, because I know mood definitely affects the way in which you take in media. If I feel badly, I'm going to hate whatever I listen to. Maybe that's me generalizing people to how I feel, but I think if you feel bad, something is going to come through, and it's going to be filtered in a bad way. So listen to people's things, watch them more than once, so at least if you are that dead set on criticizing, you would have more to say, which could build them up even further. Or you could actually find something that you appreciated and that you liked about the project, and you could put some sugar with the coffee. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This video is very very specific to certain people, so that's why I made it. But I felt like I just needed to address it. I needed to vent it. I needed to get it out of my system. Let me know your opinions and criticism in the comment section down below, and your experiences with it, and how you deal with it, and where do you think the responsibility lies? Does it lie with the person relaying the criticism, or is it the responsibility of the person receiving the criticism to contextualize it themselves and try to see intent and all those other arguments that they make? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.